Aaron Judge is a better version of Brock Lesnar.
What is something you love as much as the Charmin Bears love wiping?
As an opposing fan, you'd probably see his face and want to sock him between your cracks.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Losses Above Replacement. We're off to a fantastic start already. Here, welcome to Losses Above Replacement, the best baseball podcast to grace your ears. I'm today's host, Alex Clark, joined by the one, the only, the magnificent Ryan Splashpots. My main man, how are you doing today? You look fantastic.
I hope this is a visual representation of how I feel right now. So shout out to my barber though. He gave me 3 Hawaiian shirts.
I mean,
they're all mediums though.
Yeah, that does seem like a bit of a problem.
So maybe we could do a giveaway or something. I don't know.
Honestly, hey, that'd be fun to do. Have a live. People got to be live to join in and see if we get more people.
I have 3 of these, and then I have a duplicate Yordan Alvarez City Connect jersey that I got. So
I mean, fair enough. I'm not gonna wear it.
Yeah.
So
anyway, one of the purchases of all time, I would say. How are you doing, Alex?
We're doing all right over here. I actually had a half day today. I went to the doctor. Nothing big, just checking on something. But we're all good over here. So what has been probably the biggest news over the last few days, obviously, has been the trade deadline. And for those of you that have been paying attention with us, and thank you for that, here we did an emergency podcast when one Mr. Tarek Skubal got traded to the Dodgers. If you want to know more about that trade, seriously, go back and watch the podcast. We had a really good time kind of dissecting every part of the trade here and talking about what it could mean. Also, he had his first start with the Dodgers yesterday, where he threw a quality start, but the Dodgers still lost. In fact, the Dodgers still have not won a game in August. So, that's interesting. XYZ Ballin, always good to see Arias. Yeah, I feel like that's another big storyline that had him not getting traded, right?
No, he's in Philly. He just homered.
Oh yeah, he did get traded. Duh. I can't think anymore. Apparently, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine.
Everyone else, Ray got traded. Chapman stayed. Adames stayed.
I'm not surprised that Chapman stayed, honestly.
Yeah. He was the guy of the group that would have fetched the biggest return. Because he's actually still good at baseball. With all due respect to Willy Adames, and Robbie Ray.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue I have with him as a for the trade piece is just the contract. The contract does become a bit of an issue, although to be fair, there are a number of players that got dealt that have contract issues that still did anyway. Here, and Ralph, yeah. We were actually really hoping to see you during the emergency podcast, but I can also understand if you're grieving at the moment.
Yeah, probably. He was in mourning, I think.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, a lot of us probably were. Let's be real here for a sec.
Yeah.
Yay. Anyway, with it though, we wanted to take a little bit of time and just kind of go over the main trades that happened over the course of the deadline here, because there were a lot of big names moved. There were a lot of very interesting trades and a few teams that really, shall we say, surprised us. I mean, there were a couple teams that did some moves here that legitimately had us in our group chat going, what the heck is going on? And let's talk about one of those immediately here. And for me personally, the one that made the weirdest sense to me was Jose Soriano going to the Blue Jays. And it wasn't so much because the Blue Jays were buying. It was because it came off the cusp of them trading away Kevin Gausman to the Cubs.
They're just the colossal brain Blue Jays. This big brained activity has dated back to the World Series where they can't take proper leads off third base. And now you want to buy and sell at the same time. You're trading away a key starter. You're bringing in a key starter who's kind of regressed since his electric start of the season. And I don't know. I felt like quite a few teams did this whole kind of trade, kind of not, or well, they all were trading, besides maybe the Rockies. Kind of in, kind of out. Like even the Mariners, I think they made some buying moves, some selling moves. It was weird. I feel like a lot of teams, like even Atlanta, like they kind of restructure their farm system and they look better off farm wise than they did before the trade deadline. And they're, depending on what the Dodgers do today and depending on Braves results today, they could be the 2 seed in the NL. And that's like a game back of the Brewers. But you didn't, like you added pieces in some ways, but you subtracted pieces in other ways and improved the farm system. I thought it was a very weird trade deadline.
Yeah.
And part of that is the 12 teams make the playoffs and there's only a handful of teams that are truly out, and teams have to make a decision on that. If you're the Tigers, if the Tigers won every game they played this week, they'd be in a playoff spot. Like that's not an unreasonable thing to happen. Maybe 20-game winning streak, but if they won 7 games in a row, 8 games in a row, they're back in the playoffs. Look at Boston. They won 15 and they went from out of the playoffs dead to they're like a game behind the Yankees, depending on what day of the week it is. So,
and they were major buyers at the deadline too from it.
Exactly. And
like,
imagine
do we just want to talk about that part right now? Because that was one that shocked me. I'll be real with you. Yeah. So we want to bring up here one of the biggest trades that happened during the deadline. Adley Rutschman, the catcher for the Orioles, stays in division, traded to the Red Sox. Here, traded for a number 1 pick to Boston and multiple prospects here. But Adley Rutschman not only traded away, so one of the premier pieces of the Orioles rebuild, arguably some could say the centerpiece of a lot of it, traded not just away, but traded to a division rival, traded to the Boston Red Sox. And like we're saying here, I was shocked when I saw. I did not think there was a chance that Adley was going to get traded. If Adley was going to get traded and it would be a division, I would think he would go to the Yankees because the Yankees said they need catching help. There, what XYZ Ball? What did Mac get traded for? It's still pending a physical here, but right now we are currently awaiting our 2 Baconators that will be arriving. That should be arriving. So. Was he in the Peralta deal? Yeah, no, honestly, he could have been, but I don't think he had enough. I don't think he had enough trade value on that part of it, unfortunately. Oof. As a podcaster, has all the value in the world, but on the field, I've seen him play.
I feel like the Mets would have done Mac dirty. Like he would have been the 8th man of the bullpen who comes in, throws 3 innings, gets DFA'd immediately, comes back to the club 3 days later, throws 3 innings, get DFA'd. Like this year, it's been the Carlos Carrasco role for the Braves. Just like really, listen, I get that it has to happen from a roster churn standpoint. And there's more valuable arms that the Braves have in AAA, but you don't want to burn through options. You don't want to, like, if, say, Fuentes is up right now, but if Fuentes was in that role and he was subject to waivers, he would be claimed. If Carlos Carrasco is on waivers, he might not get claimed. Heck, the Braves passed Martin Perez through waivers, and he's been their second best pitcher this season. So it's just been, like, I get it from a, like, how the sport works, but that kind of sucks that you're back and forth between your big league city and your AAA city, and you're not really pitching for the AAA team because you're just ready in case the big league team needs you for 3 innings. Like Eliezer Hernandez came in, had a great outing against Baltimore, DFA'd the next day. So it's like that's just. I mean,
yeah, as the Mariners have done that a lot. The most recent name that really I get reminded of on this is Tommy Malone last year. Mm-hmm. Came in through one start and actually did really well in that one start and then just immediately DFA'd again. And we're like, really? Like, okay, I get it. Mm-hmm. Anyway, on that thing. Oh yeah.
I do want to mention the Field of Dreams game is coming up. The Phillies are doing something really cool with players in the last 10 to 20 years that were on the big league club but never appeared in a game. So a ghost player, they will be throwing out the first pitch at the Field of Dreams game.
That's sick.
ultra rare Phillies W. Congratulations.
That is absolutely amazing. Yeah, no, okay, that's a W right there for the Phillies. All right. Back on the trade stuff here, but I think if you're the Orioles, obviously you are going to probably be selling, right? I mean, you took a look at the AL East is one of the most competitive divisions right now. I did not expect them to trade Adley because I still think that he is still one of the main centerpieces of their rebuild and one of their young main young core, right alongside Gunnar Henderson, Colton Cowser, all these guys here, Jackson Holiday, exactly. And to see them trade him, I think sends a really interesting message to the rest of the locker room here. And even more so, an interesting message to the fans of what are we doing? Because I don't think they know what they're doing at this point. Because if they are planning on fire selling, then why didn't they also move everybody else? You would have gotten a haul for these other guys on your team. But instead, you now have people just asking a lot of questions. And I understand that Adley has not been, the same Adley that we saw, even 3 years ago. But he is still a young switch hitting catcher that was basically kind of the prospect pariah for the Orioles for a long time. I mean, heck, remember when he first debuted here, he got a standing ovation for the fans when he walked onto the field for the first time. To be fair, that was an amazing moment. But still, what shocks me more about this is just the fact that it now takes what people thought about the Orioles here of being the team that is still building its young core. And now they got rid of arguably the most important piece of it here. So first off, though, I think we've kind of went on this a little bit. What was your initial reaction when you saw the trade?
I feel bad for Orioles fans that named their dog Adley or named a kid Adley or something. Yeah. I believe Rutschman is a client of one Scott Boras. I could be wrong.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I will cross.
I'll confirm for you while you're talking.
Okay. If he's not, I know Gunnar is. So a couple competing thoughts. One, Adley was an all-star this year. He has been really good this season. He has been a lot better this season than he was even the last 2 seasons. 2, the Orioles did pay Samuel Basallo. And Samuel Basallo is significantly younger than Rutschman. And yes, Rutschman was the number 1 overall pick. He was if not the number 1 overall prospect, it was because it was like Julio Rodriguez, right? So it's not would be the number 1 prospect in any normal year. Or Bobby Witt. I forget which one was top dog. But incredible prospect, incredibly productive at Oregon State, even tackled Christian McCaffrey once. But he's 28 now. And I get that catchers have a little bit of a later aging curve than other positions that, if Ronald Acuna is 28 right now, or is he turned 28 in January. Ronald Acuna and Adley Rutschman are the same age. That just seems weird.
That feels wrong, yeah.
Yeah, Acuna's been in our lives for nearly a decade. Rutschman came up while we were recording this podcast.
By the way, just to address the question from earlier, he is not actually by Scott Boras. He is represented by the team Talent.
Okay. I can't say I'm familiar with their game.
They have apparently a lot of clients here. They've managed 108 all-star players, 32 $100 million earners, and 4 Hall of Famers, according to their website. So,
neat. All right, my bad. I'm pretty sure Gunner's a Boras guy, but regardless, it stinks when the rebuild doesn't work. And in some ways, the rebuild did work. They made the playoffs a couple times. They didn't win any playoff games, but they won 100 games. They won the division, and it ends with the thud. And I'm saying ends. I don't think you can retool, but Adley was the chosen one. He was the guy. He was the first one that really, really popped. I know Gunnar won Rookie of the Year, and they've had other really talented players come through, but Adley was the signal of change in Baltimore. after he got called up in 22, the Orioles had a winning record. The Orioles were bottom feeders for about half a decade. And basically, after the Zach Britton ordeal, Buck not bringing in Zach Britton to pitch to Edwin Encarnacion in the playoffs. About after that, they just fell off. You had the Chris Davis contract, the 54-win season. They were atrocious. Yeah. And Adley, the number one pick, he signaled the change in the organization. It was when he was on that field accepting his standing ovation, something changed in Baltimore. And it's a real bummer that it didn't end up working out, that he has no playoff wins to his name, although there's a reasonable shot he wins multiple with Boston this year. And that's just a shame. That's my opinion. They got back a decent prospect haul. They got back 5 prospects, so a little bit like the Mackenzie Gore trade of instead of like the number 1 prospect, Franklin Arias, they got some lower down prospects. So good luck to the Orioles trying to replace Adley there. And in a lot of ways they have. You did sign Basayo. He's on a long-term extension. And like I said, he's a lot younger. He's like barely 22. So that's a 6-year start over Adley. And actually, Basayo turns 22 next week for what that's worth. And he's probably going to be a better hitter than Adley. He's not going to be as good of a defensive player as Adley, but I could see a vision that he is the better offensive player, and maybe you can utilize him catching and DHing. I don't know, but Adley just really peaked, I guess, early. Like he had a 5-win season right out of the gate. He was an all-star. He's been an all-star multiple times now. He was top 10 in MVP voting, but now it's kind of fallen off, and not fallen off to like such a horrendous degree. Like he's a good player still, but it's a shame how that unfolded in Baltimore.
It really is, because like, again, I remember us talking like after his first year, right? And we were saying that this kid is real. Like, I think I was the only one that like had fully bought in, but even then I still acknowledged that he was dang good, right? Like I was obviously still a big believer in Cal Raleigh early, but at the same time, like that didn't discredit anything away from how good of a player that Adley was. And so that's what makes this all the more confusing, is Rutschman getting traded to, on top of it here, like we said earlier, a division rival. Like, we don't often see like big name players going between teams within the same division. Like a lot of times, like it just doesn't make sense at that point. But this was one that obviously, broke that trend. So my question to you here is, because there are other moves that the Red Sox made, but this was kind of the marquee one, right, that they had done. But one of the things that was also brought up with this here is that the Red Sox are one of the main winners of the deadline, and not just because they got Rutschman, but because their odds at making the World Series just skyrocketed to being like 4th in the American League, or 4th in general?
3rd in the American League. They're behind New York and actually, I think it might be 5th in general. Like behind the Yankees, then the big 3 in the National League.
Right. Gotcha. So yeah, then at that point here, they made some amazing moves. But now you take a look at a little bit further here, and we're like, okay, was it enough? Because the Yankees didn't do a whole lot at the deadline. I mean, I'm looking through the trade log here and not seeing a whole lot of moves that they made. They missed out on a lot of the prizes that they were looking for. They were looking for a catcher, and they were looking for pitching. What did they get? Neither. I mean, like, at that point, what do you want? Because there were a ton of pitchers that were traded in this deadline here. The Yankees did get one guy. So I did call up George Lombard. So that was cool. That's actually is big news.
Yeah, that might be their shortstop answer. I'm going to be honest. I'm not like 100% tuned into prospects. Like, I know I'm aware of who George Lombard is. Yes. He's high enough on the totem pole, but prospects are prospects until proven. So you could really pop. You could be a 2007 Troy Tulowitzki, who was really great as a rookie and helped the Rockies go to the World Series. You could be a fizzle like a Vaughn Grissom and then get traded in the offseason for a Cy Young winner. There's a wide range of outcomes, but there's a chance Jordan Lombard is your answer at shortstop, and that fixes some of your issues. I was talking in the chat of how do you play Luis Garcia? He's not very good defensively. Do you DH him? I'm hearing through the grapevine that Aaron Judge's recovery is not going so well. So if he's out for the season, what's the point of anything? Or even if he returns in late September, what's the point of anything? And that's really the dark cloud over this Yankee season, because it's a really talented team. And hear me out. Yankees and healthy don't go in the same sentence, but hypothetically, very hypothetically, Ben Rice catching.
Oh gosh, okay.
Yeah, Goldschmidt at first, or Garcia at first, or better yet, Goldschmidt at first, Garcia at second, Lombard at short, Jazz at third, a position he has played for the Yankees, Bellinger, Grisham, Judge in the outfield, Stanton at DH. Is that the best lineup in baseball?
No. It's really good, though.
Is it the best lineup in the American League?
I think so.
It's right. It's right there.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. Like,
of course, we don't know about Lombard, but the other 8 spots I'd say are productive hitters. If you're playing a lefty, I think Goldschmidt is still a good hitter against lefties. He's fallen off against against righties, but he can still mash against lefties. You bring in Ramos, he's mashes against lefties. You bring in Garcia, when he got traded, was leading the National League in slugging. Luis Garcia, not Schwarber, not Olsen, not
Ohtani.
Yeah, not Ohtani, not Tucker, not Freeman, not Betts, not Ronald. It's Luis Garcia, not even his teammates, James Whitten and CJ Abrams, who've had phenomenal seasons. It was Luis Garcia. So I'm cautiously optimistic about these Yankee trades. It's giving me some, maybe not 2021 Braves, because that was pretty special, but sometimes it's the right pieces that fit into the right spots. That's what matters. That it's less, we got the big shiny toy, we got the number one guy, that the trade haul. But sometimes it's the other pieces. Sometimes it's getting, Judge back from injury, or Stanton back from injury, or Ben Rice picking it back up, or Jazz hitting a couple homers, or you call up a Lombard. And I'm optimistic about what the Yankees can do. Granted, part of that is because the American League stinks, and Seattle and Texas can't get out of their own way. But hey,
very true.
We tried.
I mean, I was at the game yesterday where Seattle very much could not get out of their own way, losing 8-0 to the Tigers here. As I'm actually going to bring up the comment here from Ralph here. Max Clark thoughts, very fast, good at defense. I mean, yeah. He had an amazing catch in center field last night I watched. I was in right field, foul territory for it. And I saw the dude basically rolled over about as ungracefully as you possibly could. It still came up with the ball. Like, what more do you want? The dude's a baller.
Is he a shot caller?
Only if he was a little bit taller.
Fair. All right.
Anyway,
valid.
Moving on here. So another team that did really well at the deadline here were the Cubs. The Cubs added a lot of pitching to their team here, including adding Clay Holmes from the Mets and adding Kevin Gausman from the Blue Jays. Here, actually, that's one thing I wanted to bring up real quick. Sorry for dolphin thoughting here a little bit, but for back to the Blue Jays for just a second, they became essentially the reverse of what the Angels would always do, of just doing nothing and standing pat, and they just don't get any better, don't get any worse. The Blue Jays are the reverse of that. They make all the trades and then did not get any better or get any worse. So, interesting there here. But the Blue Jays it still is a weird like situation, right? Because they also got Spencer Arrighetti here in exchange for Dalton Varsho, which is another. I don't know if you want to say that's a sell or a lateral move. It just feels weird. I will say that trading Jeff Hoffman is Jeff Hoffman is absolutely a buy move because that just makes your team better by having Jeff Hoffman not on your team.
Yeah, listen, Hoffman's weird because the peripherals are still really good. The strikeout, he strikes out a bunch of guys. Just the BABIP is goofy. So maybe it's just like not a good fit in Toronto. Maybe it's sort of like the bad juju from the playoffs because he did allow the homer. He allowed a key home run in the World Series, and that can weigh on you. And sometimes you just need a change of scenery. I wonder if Ryan Kerkering is suffering some of the same things because he's fallen down the depth chart in Philadelphia for their bullpen. And he had the same, the season ends because you suck, basically. Like the season ends on your error. I think the Arrighetti move is a sell. I think Varsho is a better baseball player. Varsho is a tremendous defender, very still fast, maybe not as fast as he once was, and can hit for some power. Arrighetti, I think, is a mid pitcher, and not mid is like bad, just like
middle.
The best I think you're getting out of Arrighetti is like a 50th percentile outcome across the league. While I think Varsho can be like he could theoretically cobble together like an all-star adjacent season. Like Arrighetti this season, he won pitcher of the month. He was the best pitcher in the world for a month. He has a whip over 1.3, a FIP over 5, an ERA at 4.6. He strikes out a guy per inning, not bad, but he walks over 5 per 9. That's not going to play. Well, Varsho, with his struggles, and I know he's a particularly popular player with older baseball fans because he hits 229 for his career. But like last year, he had a 120 OPS plus. He's been a Gold Glover. He hits the ball pretty well before this season. He hit the ball much harder. He walks a little bit. Like it's not a bad profile for his career. 193 ISO and 8.3% walk rate. Like you can see that being a reasonable hitter at times. Who can be strikeout prone. Who among us isn't strikeout prone?
That's why we traded Mac.
Yeah, darn. Darn.
No, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I'm a big believer in Dalton Varsho. I think that Varsho is a great ball player. Also, again, former catcher as well. Fun times there. And it'll be the show people know. But at the same time here, like, the Blue Jays just were in such a weird spot anyway here that the trade deadline just made it even weirder. I think we can confidently say, though, that aside from Skubal, right? Aside from the obvious big Skubal news, the American League East had the most eventful trade deadline here because it had the full spectrum of what is happening over there here with people making very weird trades, making a lot of good trades, etc., etc. So let's see. Going into the comments here for just a second. XYZ Ball and say Blue Jays stink. I'm a Mariners fan. You know my opinion there. And Dilbay saying go Yankees. And Dilbay's also saying Mac for Volpe. I still think that we hold off on that trade. Don't want to pay the taxes on that one.
Yeah, but, and isn't Volpe on the bananas now?
No, because I hear you actually have to make plays in order to be on the bananas.
Ooh. He actually is he in AAA? Yeah, he's in the minors. Okay.
Yeah, he's in AAA right now. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Which,
how the mighty have fallen.
Right. There were actually there was a picture I saw today on social media of the person that paid like $35,000 for the 1-of-1 MLB debut Volpe patch card. And thinking that, oh yeah, this is gonna be an investment. This is gonna be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oof.
Lol. Anyway,
like
I will say that Volpe does have a great signature. It's very clean.
I do want to say that when I saw Gausman got traded for a Southacene, I had a heart attack because the Braves have the brother of Ty Southacene and Tate Southacene, who is the superior prospect and I think the number 2 in the Braves system, with right behind Hartman, ahead of Caminiti. So I had like a oh my God, we traded Southacene for an aging, like a 37-year-old pitcher. Oh, what are we doing? But no, that didn't happen.
No.
Alex Anthopoulos couldn't bear to trade for a good pitcher, with all due respect to Tyler Mahle.
I don't know if you
Dawson
saw
is 35.
I
Sorry.
don't remember what player was saying it, but I want to say it was Olsen, but I'm not 100% on that. Was asked like about not getting a pitcher here at the deadline. He said, "Nah, Alex knows what he's doing, so we're just gonna keep doing what we do."
Yeah,
like,
a very professional answer. And he didn't say we trust our guys. So it was pretty like a political answer, like staying in the middle.
Oh yeah.
But you could tell that he was a little ticked off because he didn't give the throwaway line. Oh, we really trust our guys. We trust Sale and the Spencers. Because I don't know. In theory, like you get back. This is a big in theory, but Spencer Schwellenbach, my goat, he could be pitching in September, but I don't know. I guess we could pivot to talk about the Braves because I think they're on the losing side here. And I'll be honest, I'll take the L here. I mentioned the Profar stuff week after week after week, like at least 3 times on the podcast. Like, hey, the Braves, unlike these other teams, have about $15 million they're going to get because Jurickson Profar is a moron. I probably said that exact line 3 times on the podcast. And they traded for Tyler Mahle and Lane Thomas, and they traded away Eli White, and they traded away Joey Bart. So, first of all, Sean Murphy, if you get hurt again, I swear to God, we're going to have another freaking catcher, and I'm going to have a stroke live on air. Drake Baldwin, same ordeal. 6 more weeks. 6 more weeks. That's all I ask. 6 more weeks. I don't want to go. I don't want to do another Sandy Leone. Joey Bart was kind of okay, actually. But the catchers for the Braves this season have been alarming, besides, of course, the all-star himself, Drake Baldwin. A brief run-through. Joey Bart, 91 OPS plus. That's the best of the group. Jonah Heim had a 98 OPS plus. That was because of one game in Colorado, so I don't count that. Sandy Leone, negative 49 OPS plus. I don't say this often. There's a non-zero chance like Joe Schmo could have a better OPS plus over 44 plate appearances.
That's a low bar.
Yeah, it's a 182 OPS. It is 4 singles. It is no walks, no hit by pitches. That's pretty rough. Chadwick Trump had an RBI game winner against a game-winning RBI, that's what it's called, against the Nationals, a 19 OPS plus. Austin Wins, negative 60. Sean Murphy, he's playing tonight, negative 60. Jair Camargo, 1 for 2 with a double, so that's a 302 OPS plus. Maybe Jair Camargo is the key, but regardless, I don't know. I felt the Braves really kind of just like a wet fart of a trade deadline, basically. Yep. Like you think you're doing something, and then all of a sudden you look down and your pants are soiled. Like at least you had pants on, I guess. Like that's you got something. Like Lane Thomas, he's fast. He's in the lineup tonight for some reason. I don't know. They DFA'd Mateo as well, so I don't know. I hope the vibes don't get thrown off. I hope they've been winning, so I guess the vibes can't be that bad. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows indeed. And like I'll say, I agree on the kind of wet fart idea here, especially even for my Mariners, because Mariners also had 2, let's just say, main trades that happened, and I think a lot of people were surprised about the fact that it was just those 2 trades here that mattered. There was the Luis Castillo trade here, and then there was also the trade for Tyler Ward. And at the same time here, just to be very clear,
Taylor Ward.
Sorry, did I say Tyler Ward?
Yes, we don't want to get effectively wild clipped. They have a running bit because there's a Taylor Ward and a Tyler Wade. So if you screw up either of their names, you get roasted on the podcast.
Darn. Okay, yes, Taylor Ward. There you go. But the reason why I still leave it as kind of the feeling of the wet fart is that there wasn't anything else here. You were waiting for that big move to happen, and it just never did here. Again, the two main trades, again, trading for Sir Anthony Dominguez, Nolan Jones, and Boston Smith by trading away Luis Castillo, which that is a big move. I'll be very clear. I'm going to talk about that more during the moment to myself. But also trading for Taylor Ward here, who the Mariners are very familiar with, given all the time he was with the Angels. But there was a lot of issues here for what to do with the team, especially when it came to your depth and starting pitching here, because you knew they were going to trade at least one. It was just a matter of how many were you going to trade here. And the fact that it was Castillo kind of shocked me, because I did not think that you would be able to I did not think that you would be able to get rid of that contract here. Go to the comments for just a second here, Ralph. Luis Castillo's washed, so maybe it's a win. He's still pretty all right, honestly. Taylor Ward drew a walk while we were talking about him. He went over 3 last night, so that was fun. And unlike any Giants this season, very, very true. But the one thing that really shocked me is I was expecting to trade one more starter. I was, because they've talked about how much they want to bring Cade Anderson up here, but they just can't with how the pitching scenario is. And when asked about potentially bringing up Cade to be in a bullpen move, Dipoto instantly shot that down, saying, no, if he's coming up, he's going to be a starter. And which, you know what? I respect that, because he absolutely should.
Jerry Dipoto, those are fighting words, my friend. Those are fighting words. Those are fighting words. You were disrespecting me from my take the other day that he would get a save in the playoffs. You will respect my takes. If you if you don't make the playoffs, I guess the take is invalid anyway. So for what do I know, man?
I mean, hopefully it still make the playoffs. That'll be fun. Double base. You say what I'm guessing you mean trade you wish your teams made here. And actually that leads me kind of into my next part on this here. There were 1.5 billion rumors about the Padres trading Mason Miller to Seattle, which I would have loved. Hey, I mean, having a bullpen that has Mason Miller the 9th, Andres Munoz in the 8th, and then a mix of Spire, Bizardo, Brash here, now Sir Anthony Dominguez in the other innings. That sounds pretty great to me, until you found out what the asking price was for Mason Miller. And the asking price was Cade Anderson, and as in more than just Cade Anderson, in which the Mariners basically laughed and then hung up the phone, because there's no way you trade Cade Anderson right now. If you're trading another starter, it's to bring Cade Anderson up here. And if legitimately, even if it was just Cade Anderson for Mason Miller, I don't think Seattle does it. I think that still is a move that I don't know if you do here. Because at the same time right now, yes, I understand the prospects can be very hit or miss at times. But you also have prospects that you see what they're doing in the minor leagues, and it doesn't look like they belong in there, because they have been playing too well. And that's where Cade Anderson is at right now. And don't even bring up here now, we also have Ryan Sloan, who is basically ready to come up to the big leagues. The problem is you have 5 starting pitchers on your team right now that almost all of them, when they are at their top of their game, are ace level pitchers on other teams. So that makes it a little hard to make things work for. But I was hoping for maybe one more move to either bolster the bullpen or get another big bat or something, and it just didn't happen. I'm starting to see why. Because the asking prices were just too high. Legitimately, if Mason Miller was traded, right, for Cade Anderson, I think people would have said that was an overpay by Seattle. Legitimately. And I mean that just in the idea of, we saw that what Skubal was traded for. And don't get me wrong, the Tigers got a decent package for Tarik Skubal. But if you tried to do that kind of trade, I feel like Cade Anderson still beats it with how good he has been.
Yeah, okay, I will say it's a little apples to orange, because
I agree.
Miller's not a rental. You have a little bit more control with him compared to Skubal. So there is that element, and I do want to mention that the trade last year for Mason Miller was him and JP Sears so whatever you think JP Sears is worth, for Henry Baez, Braden Nett, Ed Unario. I apologize sincerely to the Nunez family for that pronunciation, and Leo DeVry, who, as good as Cade Anderson is, Leo DeVry is a comparable level prospect and is probably maybe not universally, but generally higher, or at least the time of the trade was generally higher than where Cade is. As good as Cade is, I mean, DeVry was like the number 2 prospect in a lot of systems, the number 3, number 4. Like he's up there, and Cade is like right around there in the top 5. So I will say Miller has been traded for a large package before. Word to innuendos everywhere. Yeah, I get what you're saying. You wish you could have made the trade, and that would have been a brutal asking price. And we had the same conversation that prospects are prospects until they aren't prospects. So both of us have been done dirty by Jared Kelnick, for example.
All 3 of our teams have been.
Yes. Mac's team was very energetic at the trade deadline. I'll say that.
Yeah, absolutely. It kind of sucks that we had to trade away Mac at the deadline, because it would have been fun to get his take on all of this.
Yeah, but I mean, they traded away a lot of pieces. They brought in a lot of pieces. Maybe they have their own Pete Crow Armstrong in return from trading Weaver, trading Holmes, trading Freddie Peralta, who was once again cheeks with the Tampa Bay Rays in his debut. Braves wise, I wish they had traded for a number 2 starter. I wish they had traded for a better pitcher than Tyler Mahle. And I get the price would have been really high. I do think the Braves are a very good team in terms of development, at least internally. External sources, they're still at the bottom of like pipeline, and not at the bottom, that's the Angels and Astros, but like at the bottom half or so with pipeline like org rankings and whatnot. But we see the Braves every year or two, they have a rookie of the year or a rookie of the year level player. Just since 2018, they had Ronald Acuna. Have you heard of him? They had Michael Harris and Spencer Strider go 1-2 in Rookie of the Year. In 2024, they had Spencer Schwellenbach in a loaded rookie class. And last year, they had the winner in Drake Baldwin. And they've had plenty of the Ian Anderson, who received Rookie of the Year votes twice. They've had lots of development. And that doesn't even count the Austin Rileys and the Ozzie Albies of the world that have been everyday big leaguers that came up through the Braves organization. So the Braves have done a pretty reasonable job of especially pitching, getting depth, because it's you feel like you call up a guy and they break, and then you have to call up another guy, Strider or Schwellenbach, or I had a list of 10 guys that have come up in the last 5 years. It's like, why couldn't you have stayed healthy for like 5 minutes longer, please? Kyle Wright, a man, a World Series winning pitcher. But yeah, I don't know. I think the Braves could have done a little bit more and traded maybe not Hartman or Caminiti. Caminiti looks like a stud. And by the way, both of them are AA, so they're just one call away. So if you want to consider them a trade deadline acquisition, they could make a move. They're just away. That Harris got called up directly from AA. Schwellenbach got called up directly from AA. I think BMAC and Frenchie got called up directly from AA. You're just one call away, man. So that would be electric, like a Harris, Hartman, and Acuna outfield. Or Caminiti, I don't know if I would trust him like starting game 2 of a playoff series, but in a bullpen role, maybe. I mean, Didi Fuentes is throwing 100. Oh, he is so good. I just pray to the injury gods. Just please don't screw with his UCL. Give him the Aroldis Chapman UCL, please. I'm begging you. That man is fun to watch. I'm so glad he worked over a lot of his issues and from his stint last year, because he was walking a bunch of guys and was getting clobbered. And this year it's like he has no fear. He's going to throw 100 right by you. It's beautiful.
Yeah. You know me, I love me a big flamethrower. I love a good hard throwing guy, which one of the reasons why I really like Munoz this year is that he has decided to be flamethrower again, and it is absolutely glorious.
I think the other day against the Nats, I will fact check this. He had 17 pitches, all of them were fastballs.
Munoz?
No, Fuentes.
Oh, Fuentes, yeah. I mean, if it's working, why?
It's working. Like, yeah, of course.
Like, cool. Like that's something I've always figured out. It's like you can't always rely on it. Like, yeah, you don't always rely on it. You rely on it until you can't.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you don't rely on it, that's when you switch things up. But until then, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, or then you have guys like Chris Sale and Justin Verlander who do the whole, like they'll throw 94, 95, 92, 94, but then when they really need it, guy on base or third out of an inning, yeah, pump 80 or pump 88 in there. Yeah, that'll get taken 1,000 feet.
I was about to say, just go full Greg Maddux on that one.
Yeah, just pump in, just casually, pump in 100. Or maybe not 100. Sale can pump 98, 99. Verlander pumped 102 the one game. So I just think
a while ago, though.
That is a good point, but I think the sentiment remains that he's still can be like that at times, or maybe not quite to that extent, but he's quite a good pitcher, or was quite a good. Or Sale in particular is, I mean, still he. There's a non-zero chance Chris Sale wins the Cy Young again.
I mean, yeah. Like, there's some really good pitchers in the National League, but Sale's absolutely one of the best.
Is he second in Cy Young odds? He might be second in Cy Young odds.
Here's my question right now: is that who are the front runners right now for American League MVP, with Judge not being in the picture?
Great question. Jordan?
Yeah, because I'm thinking about what's up.
Jordan.
Jordan is probably the front runner.
Yeah, I think he could win the Triple Crown. By the way, Sale is second. He's plus 700. The Miz is minus 550. Followed by Sanchez, Wheeler, Burns, Luzardo, and Mason Miller.
Okay, fair enough, then. Yeah, no, I think Jordan is probably the number one here. Go into the comments for just a second here. Wish the Tigers bought some, even if they had to trade Skubal. Why? Why?
I mean, you got to think this is not really like tanking in baseball. So I get what he's saying because Skubal is going to get you the best package back. And River Ryan, I would imagine, pitches for the big league club this season.
Oh, yeah, no, he's absolutely.
But the Tigers do have a pretty good farm system, and you could have, bolstered some of the other elements of the team. If you kind of shuffle your resources around, I get what he's saying because the Tigers are in kind of contention. I'll pull up the standings here momentarily, but they're kind of there.
And Ralph, by the way, this is not me dissing on the Tigers at all. Here, I say that because usually when I get into a trade mindset at the deadline here, I am a one or the other. Here, either you are full go one way, full go buy, or full go sell. So that's not a knock at the Tigers at all, especially since they destroyed my Mariners yesterday. Although, to be fair, it was more Tony Dominguez that destroyed the team, but also not hitting will do that.
Jordan is a minus 1,500 favorite to win the AL MVP. That is about an 81% implied probability. Junior Caminero second, Ben Rice, Bobby Witt, then anyone close. Contreras 100-1, Rafaela 100-1, Dingler 100-1, McGonigal 150-1. The NL, I wish this was easier to sort.
I mean, it's going to be what, Ohtani, right?
No, sir. It is it's even with PCA and Ohtani.
Here's my thing when it comes to PCA, right? I like him. He's very good defensively.
We're going to respect PCA, buddy.
I do respect PCA, but I don't respect the head of PCA very much. Did you hear what he said today, by the way?
Today?
He said that Babe Ruth wasn't real.
Oh.
He was a construct that we made up.
I don't okay. Isn't that a bit from Mariners Twitter?
I don't think so, no.
Was it was the Marine Layer podcast? Was it from that?
I don't know. I just saw it while scrolling, but
okay.
I could also just be wrong, which is also fair. So
yeah, I of course that's a ridiculous take, but
that's the coldest of cold takes.
All right, so here's the wild card standings.
Okay, let's see.
I can see the point with the Tigers. They're a game and a half back entering play today. They're kind of rolling. They just clobbered your Mariners. I don't know. Yes, PCA is even with So this is as of yesterday. Both Ohtani and PC are minus 110 to win the NL MVP. So
let's see here. Yeah, I'm looking at the news right now, and apparently, he appreciates the wild conspiracy theory that Babe Ruth never existed, which a few different news articles have said here.
Well then,
which, you know what? Okay. No, honestly, I like PC. As a player, he is just, it's insane to watch what he can do in center field. Like, it's just about whether or not the bat can ever stay, consistent for me.
Sure.
Which, if he does, then he's an MVP finalist. Like, no doubt.
I wonder which one of us picked him to be an MVP finalist before the season started.
I wonder which one of us also said that the Braves were going to be the best team. No, I'm kidding.
I think all of us had the Mets winning the division.
Exactly.
All right. Alex, I have the question of the day.
Ooh, it's time. I'll get the graphic. Oh, you guard day. You beat me to it. It's the question of the day.
All right, folks. If you could add one blue ability from MLB Power Pros to a player, which one do you think would give the biggest WAR boost?
Okay, so I feel like there's a really easy answer here. And
I wonder if you thought of the same one.
Power hitter, I think, is, especially in an age where power is king, right? That the other blue ability that I would really like to have here, for one, just because I feel like it works really well, is the refined ability. Okay. Spider catch is also great, obviously, but gyro ball for pitching is insane. I think I'd still go with power hitter.
Okay. I doing some reading on like the wiki. Power hitter has not been the most universally praised for sim purposes because it looks like it like raises power but really hurts the average. I know that's kind of how it works, but even like an Albert Pujols B contact A power guy in sim doesn't play as well as if he didn't have power hitter. So I don't know. My thought was actually connected to a player. If Byron Buxton had level 4 durability, it's all over. It's all over.
Exactly.
It's all over, man. Or Ronald. Oh, it's all over.
Yeah. No, durability is one of those ones where it's like, if you have it, great. If you don't, that's bad for you. Specifically you, only in you. Yeah, no, that absolutely tracks. Right. I don't think I can refute that.
Yeah, that was the first thing I jumped to when I laid down for my nap. I'm thinking, oh well, what's a good question? What? It's just Alex today. We'll do an MLB Power Pros question. So
I like it. I have another one that if we want to go pitcher wise,
okay,
here as well.
Durability.
Durability. Hey, Spencer Schwellenbach, how you doing?
Hey, whoa.
You know I'm right.
That hurt.
I'm aware, but you should be agreeing with it because it hurts. The other one, though, I like to go with is Lucky. Because it just somehow wins games.
Okay. Would that help? I don't think that would help his WAR total. That would just help his regular wins total.
Okay, this is also fair. Then let's go with Star Finisher.
What about Dr. K?
Ooh, Dr. K is good. Also fastball, life, and spin.
Yes.
Very good as well.
RISP 4?
Oh, RISP 4 is always good.
Was it? Yeah, versus runner is only 2 or 3, but yeah, RISP 4. I like ground ball pitcher. I know there's some ballparks you'd probably rather have a fly ball pitcher.
Yeah.
Or some defenses, like if you went the Andrew Abbott method of just like lazy fly balls, maybe. But I could hear. I always get ground ball pitcher on my guys.
Yeah. The one that I keep forgetting, like I don't know why I'm forgetting, because this is legitimately one of the best blue abilities out there. Intimidator.
Yeah.
Intimidator is so good.
Because I never get it on my players because I don't do the dating arcs to get it.
So I've been doing a fun project of making characters based off of other success mode characters, but you can have as many blue abilities as you want as long as you earn them, and it's basically become a requirement on all of our builds to date Patty to get Intimidator.
You mean Pokentem?
It's like, oh, you're so mean to me. Anyway,
Good old Pokentum.
Pocket 10 with Ben's hot dogs.
Yes.
Beautiful times. Actually, I was proud of myself. I reinvented how they do the route a little bit. Because the other things that the route does is it helps you get Gambler's Ring.
Yeah.
Which is amazing for getting blue abilities. But I found out.
Yes.
Well, yeah, no, I'm explaining for those at home as well.
Yes. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But what I found, because in our like documentation, it just said get the bear. Just get like the what's the middle? Like what's like the heart pendant. Just get the heart pendant for her, it'll be fine. Yeah, and you'll get a surprise bag. You can reset that for a Gambler's Ring.
And cry yourself to sleep because you have to reset about 50 times.
Exactly. But I found out that if you give her the giant bear, you automatically get the Gambler's Ring instead of the bag, as well as getting other cool stuff too.
Okay.
And then I found out that if you give her the expensive like handbag, she gives you Legends of Baseball, which is not useful at all.
Yeah, because you get one from Stitch, right?
You get both of them from Stitch.
Yeah. So good job. Good job, developers.
Good job. So it was cool that I figured that out. We basically rerouted a lot of the later game part of it here, knowing that you can get this now. And it's not like a thing. So then you can use another surprise bag for because you get the Gambler's Ring and a surprise bag. Anyway, regardless.
All right, Alex, before we head to trivia,
yes,
I have a clip I want to show you.
Oh, I want to see this.
Oh, I hope I can log into Twitter real quick.
Okay, I believe in you. I absolutely believe in you.
Am
I going to feel happy or sad with this?
Hopefully you feel mega electric.
Ooh, I'm already excited. Give me that Mega Raichu energy.
Why do I, dog? Just let me. Twitter. You're annoying, my dog. Oh, that should work.
Okay.
LAR. Larball. All right, here we go.
All right.
Are you ready, my friend?
I'm ready to see this.
Because it's greatness. It's greatness.
Okay. All right.
He's here.
Oh, yeah, Jeffrey Yon.
He's here. Oh, yes, sir.
If you haven't seen Strikeout Celebration, get prepared.
Welcome to the show, my friend. Oh, yeah.
He leaps in the air and celebrates.
He is a modern day.
If you haven't,
what's the Super Mega Baseball player?
Yes.
That's
yes,
amazing.
This is all I want in baseball. I'm not even the Mets fan. If the Mets are going to suck, at least be fun, please.
Exactly, right? Like, if you're not going to win and you're not going to be competitive, just have a good time at least.
Yeah. Exactly.
At least that will put butts in seats and keep morale high.
Exactly. And Lord knows Mets fans need morale because they're about to watch the Jets and Giants.
I still remember there's this, I think it was like an NFL like top 10 like draft moments. And the Jets are obviously on there for draft busts, draft mistakes. And one of the guys just says, like, why do people still want to be Jets fans? Why did you put that on yourself? Why don't you just go do something different? Like root for another team or just go take a walk. I'm like, geez.
Just go take a walk. Oh man.
Like that got me rolling laughing.
Oh, that's too good. That is too good. Hey, at least they have the Knicks, I guess.
I mean, they also have Danhausen.
Okay. The Braves have played better since a Braves podcast host sent him real human monies or whatever the heck he calls it.
Guys,
all right.
Put that. I got splashes at real human monies. Yes,
you got 6 weeks, buddy. You got 6 weeks. If they don't make the playoff, well, they should make the mic. If I could talk, they should make the playoffs. But if they crash out, I'm on to you.
Just remember,
I'm gonna pay him to curse the Seahawks.
If you pay him to curse, I will pay him to curse every one of your teams because you are cursed.
I'm gonna beat you to the punch because Boise State's gonna beat Washington State, so that's okay.
This is fine. This is okay. It's whatever. Okay. All right, are you ready for trivia?
Football, baby.
College football, baby. Are you ready for trivia?
Yes. All right, let's go.
All right, guys, it's everyone's favorite time. It's trivia time. And we are running a segment that we have not ran here before. This is a cooperative segment
Okay.
because since I'm hosting it, you will be hosting it next week here.
Yeah.
But I saw this YouTuber I really like here, Suspicious James, that did a game here where you had to guess Pokemon based off of 4 words that your partner gives you, and if you can't get it, you get 3 additional words, but it's for less points.
Sure.
Here. So I have 10 players based on these trading cards that I have here.
Okay.
Here, and I made sure to pick players that like are not that hard to describe. Let's be honest here for a second.
Justin Smoke. All right.
But there are a few rules, and you guys can catch me on these. Here, I am not allowed, obviously, to say the name of the player. I am debating whether or not I could say team. I think I should be able to say the team at the very least. But yeah, I cannot say the name of the player. And if there's anything that feels like it's almost too easy, here, that's the other. You can't rhyme a player. Like if I said, like if Julio Rodriguez was one, I couldn't say Julio Shalriguez as 2 words.
Then it would be the other Julio Rodriguez.
This is true. Yeah, true. It's Luis F. Castillo, not Luis M. Castillo.
Yeah. It's Lax Luncey, and then I say, oh, Max Muncy. Nope, it's the other one.
No, it's the other one. I don't care which one you said. Just it's the other one.
Yes.
Anyway, do you have any questions? So how it's going to work here? I'll keep a little tab over here to the right with just a little sticky note here.
Okay.
But if you get it on the first 4 words here, that'll be worth 3 points.
Sure.
If you get it after I give you 3 additional words, that's 1 point. If you do not get it, it's 0 points.
Okay.
But the other thing here is that once you lock in an answer, that's it.
Okay.
So like,
I have 2 words for you, Alex. Steve Nash, Chris Paul, must see TV.
The legend Charles Barkley,
Nash
true grammar
and Paul.
legend. Nash and Paul still is 3 words. God,
All right, let's get it.
That's must see. No, Charles Barkley is must see TV.
Oh my goodness.
All righty. Yeah. So, but like I said, once you lock in an answer, you can't ask for more words or anything like that here. So you're stuck with that.
All right.
So
here we go.
We're gonna go with the first one, and I'm gonna be coming up with all these on the fly. I'm just letting you know that right now.
All right.
Here.
Oh,
so
if this goes well, I have my own cards. I could go back and forth with you if you
walk
want.
on. Yeah. I mean, I have a bunch. I'm going through all my cards to sell because money's very nice, I hear.
Sure.
But okay. First one.
I have a bunch.
Phillies starter, not Wheeler.
So I'm only allowed 1 guess.
You're allowed 1 guess. If you want to, you can forego the first forego that and then get 3 more words, but it'll be worth 1 point instead of 3.
I'll do 3 words. I'm picking between 2 guys, I think.
Brother is catcher.
Aaron Nola.
That is correct. It is Aaron Nola.
All right.
Here,
cool.
so that's 1 point for that round.
Shall we go back and forth?
We could, I guess. I just had 10 cards to my side here.
Okay. I got you right.
All right, bet. Let's do this.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Lefty hitter. Extended. Young.
I think I'm gonna need 3 more words.
Okay. Bird. Teammate traded.
This is Jackson Holiday?
It is Samuel Basayo, my friend.
Samuel Basayo, yeah. I keep thinking that Samuel Basayo is a switch hitter.
Nah, Adley's the switch.
Fair enough. I thought they were both. All right. Here's next one. Former Brave, now Pinstripes.
Max Fried.
Yep, it's Max Fried. You got it.
All right.
There we go. That's 3 points for Splash.
Okay. I gotcha. Previous Crawford box merchant.
Oh, It's not the current one, so it's not Isak then. Is it George Springer?
It is not. The next set of clues would have been hot corner.
Oh, Kyle Seager?
No. What?
Oh. Alex Bregman. Oh,
Yes.
Alex Bregman. Okay, fair enough. I'm still at 0 points. All right,
Okay.
fair enough. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, yeah, here we go.
Good question.
All right, here we go. I'm trying to think of like a way that's not like infinitely easy here. But sure. Best closer in baseball.
Ooh, is that your opinion or is that consensus opinion?
Best closer in baseball.
I will need the next 3 words because I don't trust you.
Korn sings a lot.
Corn? Oh, Mason Miller.
Yeah, Mason Miller.
Okay.
I was trying to be, a little bit more objective, but that's okay.
Okay. Because I'm like, it could be, he could try to pull out a Munoz here.
No, I wasn't going to pull out a Munoz on you.
All right, here we go. We have efficient reliever, former Angel.
Raisel Iglesias?
Let's get Iggy with it, baby.
Let's go. That's
All
my
right.
points. All right. Here is your next one here. Switchy utility, former Mariner.
So switch hitter, utility, former Mariner. I will need 3 more words, sir.
Okay. I'm trying to think of ones that don't just immediately give it away here, but Diamondbacks didn't trade.
Ketel Marte.
Ketel Marte is correct.
Okay, sure. All right. This is more on the obscure side, but he is a famous, my words, holiday themed nickname, Power.
Oh, that is I'm trying to remember what his first name is, but I want to say that's Junkenzie Noel.
That is correct. Big Christmas.
Big Christmas. I knew it was Big Christmas. I was like, is it John Kenzie? I think that's what it is. Yeah. All right. Here's your next one here. Okay. I'm going to do this one a little bit funny here for you as well. Cubs win World Series.
Ooh. Chris Bryant?
It is Chris Bryant.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
All right. Okay. I gotcha. If I could find a player on this particular team, that would be unbelievable. Ooh. Okay, this one's fitting. This one's fitting.
Okay.
$140 million extension yesterday.
Oh my gosh, I read about this. Who is it? I just lost it. Who got extended yesterday? There was I know who it is. I remember hearing about this. I need 3 more words. Sorry.
Bouquet of blank.
Flowers. Rose. I'm I don't know why, but the only player that's coming to mind is Tyler Flowers.
It's my goat, Zay Flowers.
Oh, it's Zay Flowers. Oh, I didn't know you were going into football, you dunce. Oh gosh, I'm trying to run a professional segment here.
I was looking for a Seahawk. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. All right. All right. I have one of the things I'm also trying to do with these is trying to be funny with some of these.
Okay.
Starter, closer, son.
Roki?
Yep, Roki Sasaki.
All right.
Yep, you got it.
All right. This one
is it football or baseball?
This is baseball.
Okay, good.
Dodgers fans hate him.
Literally everybody.
Good point.
There's legitimately so many here. I have an idea, but I'd like 3 more words.
Sure. Cleats, infielders, sometimes.
I don't know. I'm going to say that this is Ty Kelly.
This is Manny Machado.
Oh, Manny Machado. Yep. I know it's Machado. It's just being funny.
Yes.
All right. Here we go. Smooth Slide Merchant Man.
Trey Turner.
It is absolutely Trey Turner. There you go. I mean, you're kicking butt now.
Notorious for heartbreaking dinger.
There are literally so many of these, but I'm going to say Jose Altuve.
Okay. Teammate. Mariners heartbreak.
Oh, Jeremy Pena.
No. George Springer.
Oh, I thought you were referring to the 18-inning game.
All good.
All right. All right, here we go. Next up here for you. Okay. Be familiar with this one. Robbie Ray's worst enemy.
Jordan Alvarez.
It's Yordan Alvarez.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
I hope I can find that should work. This is a football player.
Okay.
Lefty turnover machine.
Lefty turnover machine? I'm guessing you mean it's a quarterback here.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember who are lefties. Now, like, honestly, can I get
There's
through
only
more?
2. They play for the same team now.
Do they? Oh.
Yeah.
Can I get 3 more words then, please?
Hawaiian roller coaster will ride.
Freaking blah, blah, blah. What was his name? Is he on the Raiders?
No.
Okay, then I don't know.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Oh yeah, Tua. Okay, fair
Tua.
enough.
Poor Tua.
Yeah.
He might
Sorry, I'm
start
still
this
very
month, though.
baseball brained right now.
It's okay.
Well, to be fair, right now Tua is very little brained right now, and that's not his fault. That's
Yeah, unfortunate.
honestly just sad for him.
Yes, very sad.
All right. Next one. Rookie card now worthless.
Anthony Volpe.
Damn, it's Anthony Volpe.
Woof, 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 woof.
Thank you for getting the
Mega
reference. We're
woof.
back in the podcast.
Yeah, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, maybe don't go to Anthony Volpe.
I got one more card for you, by the way. So
I was.
this is one
Oh
more.
man, if only we were an NFL podcast, I would have given you the gnarliest Patrick Queen clues of all time.
Nice.
All right, do I have one more baseball in here? Nope, that's not a baseball player. My goat, Zay Flowers. Okay. All right, Alex, your time to shine, buddy. Your player is threw a knuckleball once.
It's my boy George Kirby. That is
No,
my
it's
boy.
actually a reliever. Yes.
Yeah, one time. Yeah, fair enough. All right, here we go. For this one. Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay. Statcast hit Velo.
O'Neal Cruz.
It is O'Neal Cruz.
All right, I got one more for you. Giant forehead Papa John's.
Everyone knows that's Peyton Manning.
Yeah. Nationwide is on your. Oh, dang it. That's 5 words.
Wait, as I said, it's like epic comeback starts right here. It's still the best one of all of those, though. Like, there's some really good ones. Anyway, that was fun though. I wasn't expecting you to have cards rated.
Yeah.
Like if people saw me during the podcast, I was just kind of shuffling. Those
Uh-huh.
were the cards I was shuffling. It was for just the order throughout the podcast.
I
All
got
right, but
bunch of randoms. I couldn't find a Seahawk for you, unfortunately.
no worries, man. It's all good. All right, but it is now time for the moment to ourselves where we take a moment to talk about anything that's on our mind. It does
Oh,
not have to
I
be
got
baseball.
Kobe Bryant, Super
Rest
Bowl
in peace.
champion. Oh no, the Super Bowl.
I know, but I was just We talk about anything that's on our mind. It does not have to be baseball related, but it absolutely can be. Splash, you want to go first, or would you like me to go?
Sure, I can go first.
All right, sounds good. I'll count you down. Your time begins in 3, 2, 1, begin.
Hello, friends. I'm going to Chicago next week, so that's exciting. I'll get the Pope hat, and I should be wearing it next Wednesday when we're recording the podcast. So I'm super excited. It's been nice having something to look forward to. And I can look forward to our family Thanksgiving trip after that. So, and hopefully, I don't know, Ravens playoff games in January. I tell you guys about what happened when I tried to get playoff tickets last year. I had the tickets. I had 2 tickets for my friend and I, and then they lost on the last play of the season. I did get my tickets refunded. I got 50% off the tickets because they hadn't clinched a playoff spot yet. And they lost. Yeah. Back to square one. I don't know. Maybe that would be a worthwhile investment. Maybe. So here's the thought. This is the first time I'm having this thought. If you go into SeatGeek or Game Time or whatever and purchase playoff tickets well in advance, knowing you're going to get a refund, but they're at a discounted price, is that a worthwhile thing to do? Hopefully Alex is listening so we can have a conversation about this in a minute. But I wonder if that's a worthwhile thing to do. Because it was about half price. I think I paid, the regular seats were $600 a piece, and I paid $600 for 2 seats because they hadn't clinched a playoff spot yet. So I don't know. Because I would imagine part of it is they have to have the tickets available. And you can, to some degree, pre-plan these events. I was looking at Orioles World Series tickets, and of course the Orioles didn't win a playoff game that year. In 23, when the Braves were also the 1 seat. It's what if it's Braves Orioles Game 7, or it might have been Game 6 because I think the Braves had a better record. But regardless, Game 6 in Baltimore would have been $2,000, but I think the price would have gone up closer to the games. I don't know. I don't know. That's my time to myself today.
So to answer your question on my side of things here, because I was paying attention, I did run off for a second to grab a drink of water, but
Sure.
The problem I have with that is it feels a little bit like scalping a little bit when you buy it that far in advance. Here, it depends, because if you are buying them solely to know that you are going to use them, then that's fine.
Yeah,
I don't have an issue.
Yeah, and to be clear, the ones I got for the Ravens game they did not end up advancing to, I bought those the week of, the Wednesday before the Tyler Loop game. So it wasn't I bought those in August and was hoping. It was I bought them Wednesday, and it's there's a 50-50 shot basically. If they win the game, I'm going to the game. If I don't, or if they don't win the game, I'm obviously not going to Pittsburgh. Right. So you get your money back.
That's fair. Yeah, my
I would be going. It's not like I'm burning someone else's seat.
Yeah. My issue is just when you buy something knowing full well that you do not intend to use it here just to jack up the price and make a profit on it. I don't know. I really hate scalpers. I'm in the Pokemon hobby, and scalpers have basically ruined the hobby. Thankfully, the market is starting to crash a bit more, and some of the scalpers are starting to get out, which means that it might actually be affordable again soon. We can only
hear me out. Ravens Falcons Sunday Night Football.
Bird time.
Lots of birds.
There's so many birds, but not those Super Bowl winning birds, though.
Yeah, that's fair. It didn't go too well for the last Super Bowl winning birds. I'll say that.
I mean, that makes sense here, but
they didn't make the playoffs, though.
No, this is fair. Although I will say, it's so weird. Sam Darnold has a Super Bowl ring, but Lamar Jackson doesn't.
Hey, whoa. Okay. You're gonna get me on a soapbox.
I just had to rile you up.
Okay. If you saw my post on there's at least on Game Time, you can't get wild card or divisional round or conference championship round seats yet. So Colin Cowherd said, I'd take Caleb Williams and Justin Herbert over Lamar Jackson because clutch. Caleb Williams, the last pass he threw of the season was in Rams territory in overtime, just needed a field goal to beat the Rams through a pick. Justin Herbert, his best career playoff performance, he got outplayed by a man who threw 4 interceptions in a half. I don't want to hear it with Herbert. And we pick and choose when the playoffs matter. Everyone hates Jalen Hurts. He's a winner. He's 1, been to 2 Super Bowls, 2, balled out in both of them, and 3, has a ring. And dunked on Steve Spagnuolo in both Super Bowls. It's not like he played some bum. Sam Darnold just won a Super Bowl, but he's not put over Josh Allen, who's never been to a Super Bowl. He's not put over Lamar, who's never been to a Super Bowl. We pick and choose when the playoff stuff matters and when it doesn't matter. When it's Joe Burrow, it's, they won a bunch of playoff games. Joe didn't play particularly well in those. Like, you beat the 1-seeded Titans with a crippled Derrick Henry, and Burrow took 9 sacks, and McPherson had to hit 4 50-yard field goals. And Tannehill threw one of the worst interceptions you'll ever see to set up one of the 50-yard field goals right before the end of the game. There's context that people miss, that we boil down quarterbacks to, talent and playoff wins. When not all playoff wins are created equal. Josh Allen with the wild card round. Not all performances are created equal, but we're put in this universe of, Justin Herbert, it doesn't matter that he sucks in the playoffs. But then Lamar, he can't be top 5 because he sucks in the playoffs. And it's yes and no, but if you're going to boost Caleb threw 5 interceptions against the playoff teams this year. 2 against the Packers and 3 against the Rams. Lamar has never had a playoff run with 3, let alone a game with 3 in the playoffs. So 2, twice, I think. But what are we doing? What can we be some level of consistent? Why don't you take Caleb over Josh then? Caleb had more game-winning drives than Josh has ever had in a season. What a really, really inconsistent way of measuring quarterbacks. Tim Tebow in 2011 had more game-winning drives than Aaron Rodgers had in his 4 MVP seasons combined. Does that mean he was a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers at any point? No. It just means Aaron Rodgers played better in the first 3 quarters. He didn't need some Looney Tunes, coming of Jesus to win a football game like Tim Tebow did. With all due respect to Tim Tebow. That was a time. That was a time, and thank you for beating Pittsburgh with 316 passing yards. Shout out to Demaryius Thomas, rest in peace. But you wouldn't say, Tim Tebow is better than Aaron Rodgers because he's clutch. Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl the year before. He won the MVP in 2011, but you're not going to go on TV and say, Tim Tebow, he's the best because the fourth quarter. If he had played better in the first 3 quarters, Denver wouldn't have moved on from him for Peyton Manning. But he sucked in the first 3 quarters, and you had 7 good quarters the entire season of Tim Tebow football.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same kind of idea because, the adage for a long time for Peyton Manning was that he couldn't win in the big games. He would always throw a bad pick at a bad time here for him, and yet we still regard him as potentially on the Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks here. So,
and here's the thing that people don't say: he sucked in both Super Bowls that he won.
Yeah,
he was atrocious. Now, granted, it was raining in Miami, and it was against an awesome Bears defense. He sucked in that game, and he sucked against New England the week before. They were down 21-3. Yeah. And then the Broncos Super Bowl, he had a QBR in the single digits, and they like ESPN QBR. They won the game because Von Miller stood on his head and Cam Newton didn't dive on the football.
There's a lot that went on in those games, but yeah.
Yes.
All right. Am I good to go?
Congratulations, Sam Darnold. Yep. Go ahead, sir.
All right. Count me down.
All right. The number of Knicks the number of Knicks Super Bowl championships, the number of Ravens Super Bowl championships, and for number 1, your number 1.
You said Knicks Super Bowl, Knicks Super Bowl, so I'm just gonna say it was 0.
My bad.
You're good.
Okay. You know what? 3, 2, 1, begin.
I want to talk a little bit about Luis Castillo. People know that I love him. As much as we can talk about, the on the field, everything with him, I want to talk about how much he meant to this clubhouse off the field as well. Because I just want to kind of reminisce a little bit. Back in 2022, when they traded for him, it was one of the first times that Seattle had really made a buy move. It was the first time in a while that they made a true buy move and getting an actual bona fide ace to join this team. Like, I remember the day that they traded for Castillo, everyone was losing their marbles. Like, it was beautiful. And he came in and immediately started wrecking shop. And what I think people often forget here is that he really led the team at that point, because a lot of the starters that now in today's game are, stars like Logan Gilbert, George Kirby here. These guys weren't at that level yet. They weren't near that level yet. They were still young guys here. He has taken Kirby, Gilbert, Wu, Miller, Hancock, all of them under his wing and taught them what it meant, not just like how to pitch, but how to be a major league baseball player. Because no matter how much we talk about how the stats define players and all that kind of stuff here, at the end of the day, these guys are just humans that are learning how to do a job. Like, again, you can be naturally good at your job. That does not mean that everyone is going to be. Some people need a little bit of extra work. And I don't know about any of you guys here, but the best times that I've had at jobs here are usually when they have someone to help me out at the beginning to get me started. And then once we're all good to go, then I feel a lot more confidence. And I am willing to bet if you talked to any of the Mariner starters that they had here, even a lot of the Mariner relievers here, they would tell you that Luis Castillo was a class act that helped them all learn how to be not just better baseball players, but to be better people. Because I've heard that from everywhere. Like, I remember the day that when he came over to Seattle for his first game, one of the things that he was known for were the red highlights in his hair. Here, he dyed those highlights to blue just so he could match the team colors. And that was awesome. I'm like, okay, this dude gets it. This dude gets it. And he has helped now raise a whole new generation of Mariner pitchers that are absolutely amazing. Like, honestly, this feels so much like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This feels like the Turtles with Master Splinter here, where now, like, yes, the Turtles were young and Splinter was the one training, but now it is Splinter who has gotten old here and the Turtles that are now taking the reins here. And seeing Castillo go, it's like watching Shredder die. Like, thankfully, Castillo is not dead. But it feels weird because everyone's going to talk about the stats on the field. Like, I mean, heck, we even had in our own chat today from Ralph saying Luis Castillo is washed, so maybe that's a win. I don't care about that because, for one, he still was having good starts. The main problem I have when it comes to all of it here is that his value off the field was so much better than a lot of people think here. And I want that to be known, right? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm okay with trading Castillo. I understand why they did, and I think that they did a good move. That's not to take away at all from anything that Luis Castillo did in his tenure as a Mariner, because his impact on the team and on the city of Seattle went way beyond the raw numbers. Way beyond the raw numbers. He helped Seattle break a 21-year playoff drought. It's weird to think about this now 4 years later here, that Seattle was in a 21-year drought here, and Luis Castillo was the ace leading all that. Again, after Felix was gone, we didn't have anybody where it was their bump day, and then it became Castillo bump day. And we celebrated it, and it was amazing, and it was fun. I'm glad to have gotten to see him pitch here, but I wish Luis Castillo all the luck with the White Sox, and I sincerely hope that the White Sox make the playoffs, because I think Luis Castillo deserves to be in the playoffs here too. But there's no chance that he's going to be listening here, right? But if this ever does get to La Piedra, I just want to say thank you. You've done so much, not just for the players, but for the fans and for the entire city of Seattle. You helped an entire city find hope again in a team that had not been to the playoffs. To put it in a little bit more perspective, if a baby was born the last time the Mariners made the playoffs, that baby would be old enough to have a beer watching the Mariners make the playoffs the next time. That legally, I should say, being very clear. So, Luis Castillo, thank you. You've done amazing work. Everybody in the clubhouse loves you. And I wish absolutely nothing but the best. And you are absolutely in the top 50 Mariners of all time.
You are absolutely the Rock.
Absolutely La Piedra.
Dwayne La Piedra Johnson.
Dwayne La Piedra Johnson is just. I mean, did you remember they made a commercial like that where they had La Piedra wearing like the sweater and fanny pack, like Dwayne had a picture of from back in it when he was.
No, I didn't see that.
It's a really good thing where they had him wearing it, and I'm like, okay, that's amazing.
Yeah, the Mariners do their commercials right. I'll say that.
I've actually written a few Mariner commercials that I want to like submit in and see like, hey, you guys like this? You want to hire me for marketing, please?
Hey, there you go.
Like I have this one idea that it's it's a Cal Raleigh commercial that has to do with the Seattle Farmers Market. That they can never find him at practice because he's there at the Seattle Framers Market and he's learning how to frame.
That's clever.
I like
that one.
Heck yeah. All right. But I think that's going to do it for us here today. Thank you so much to everybody for tuning into the live podcast here. Make sure that you tune in for the live ones. We go live every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 Eastern here. You can also catch us on Spotify and on YouTube the following day. Make sure you follow us on social media. You can follow the podcast at LAR_baseball. You can follow each of us individually. Me at the Sports Guy 242 and Splash at Mrs. Splashman 19. But from all of us here, you know what? Also go follow Mac. Yeah, he'll be back next week probably because I don't think he's going to pass the physical here. So at Matthias_A_K. But from all of us here at LAR, we want to thank you all for tuning in. Jake, always good to see you, buddy. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I hope to see you all real soon.
Go crazy, folks! Go crazy! It's a home run!